Hello, this is Phil Japixi, Agile Practices Evangelist for Telerik, and today we are going to talk about localization of the Ideas and Feedback Portal. To show you what we're talking about, this is our Ideas and Feedback Portal. Of course, this is just sample data. And before we get into how to do it, let's talk about what we're going to do. I would like to change the search topics and suggest new here at the top, right there, as well as the like and dislike to a different language. And in this instance, we're just going to change it to Dutch, being as that's where my family's from, and I just thought it might be a unique language to choose. It's actually very easy to do with the 2012 R2 release. It's just a matter of changing some text files. That would be the resource file for the screen, as well as one minor change to the web.config. But before we get in that, we have to know where those files are. There's a couple ways to do this. One way to show is to pull up the command window, and you can do that by doing the Windows R, which is what I did here, or you could go to Start Run and type in CMD. Now by default, TeamPulse gets installed in what is known as the Program Files directory. And there's an environment variable for that called Program Files. So if I just type in echo Program Files and hit enter, it will show me exactly where it is. That's C:\program files. Now that gets me to the root, and then I have to go down to Telerik and TeamPulse and navigate through. Another way is to load up Internet Information Services console, and I can do that by going either to my administrative tools and clicking on IIS Manager, or I can go Run and type in inetmanager.exe. Either way, it will bring it up. I've already loaded it. So if we look at it, here's my server, which is actually just my little demo machine. And we click on Sites, and we see here we have the TeamPulse feedback portal. And the easy way to find out where it is we go down here and we look and we see that it is C:\program files, Telerik, TeamPulse, feedback portal. Okay, now that we know where the feedback portal is installed, there's two directories we have to concern ourselves with. First will be the app global resources, where the resource file is located, and then there's the web.config, which is where we have to make one site change to change the localization. So if we go in here, when you open it up, you will see strings.resx, and when I open that file, you'll see a file that looks like this. It is a lot of XML, and this is how ASP.NET does localization. And just to show you how it all works with the XML, let's do a quick search for suggest new, and here we have suggest new as well as search topics. Those are two of the things that we're going to change. Now there's two ways we can do this. I could change the file right here, and it will immediately persist to the feedback portal. However, I certainly recommend making a copy of this file so we have the original, the English version, and then you can make as many copies as you want, and you can change it as often as you want. So I made a copy, called it strings.nl.resx, and the naming convention typically is strings.language or UI culture.resx. And in this case, I did Netherlands, EN would be English, BG for Bulgarian, etc., etc. Okay, now we have this file open. We'll go and we will actually look for search topics. And you can see I've already changed the value that will be displayed to Dutch. So it's search topics, and then right below it we see suggest a new topic. Now that's only one half of the story. Now that we save this, our application doesn't know that we want to look for the Dutch UI culture, so we have to tell our application to switch. So when we open up the web.config, and again I suggest making a backup before you start editing the web.config, just in case, we have to add in one line of text and what we add in is, right after system.web, we add in globalization UI culture equals NL. So the UI is lowercase, the C is capitalized. ASP.NET can be sensitive to that at times. We save that file, and then what we'll do is we'll pull up the portal, do a refresh on it, and we see that we have the changes. So with those very simple steps, you can change the localization or the language of the feedback portal to match your company's needs. I'm Phil Japixi, Agile Practices Evangelist for TeamPulse. Thank you for listening.